In this video, we are going to go through Module 2 of API SIFE, Source Inspector Fixed Equipment. You can try our free quiz as well as study our first and second module for free. This is a 40 CPD credit hours course that you see the certificate completion for 40 CPD credit hours. On Module 1, we discuss about the basic facts, how to register, apply, certification fees, and some exam tips. On Module 2, we will be talking about body of knowledge and scoring area. This module, you shall learn about pre-qualification, area of examination, API SIFE reference study material, our e-learning modules, and exam tips. API Source Inspector Certification Program is one-of-a-kind inspection certificate among certification bodies for static equipment. There is no other similar certification developed by any other organization in the world so far. API SIFE covers quality surveillance of fixed equipment. API Source Inspector has been defined as the individual responsible for examining fabricated and manufactured equipment and materials at the supplier's facility and confirming that the supplier's quality management system is being utilized effectively. SIFE Source Inspector Fixed Equipment focuses primarily on pressure-containing equipment such as vessels, columns, towers, heat exchangers, piping, valve, pressure relief devices, tubulars, and associated structural fabrication. So anything that is not rotating, such as pumps, compressors, and turbines, falls under the domain of the API SIFE Source Inspector Fixed Equipment. For pre-qualification and area of examination, no pre-qualification education experience is required, and therefore during your application, you are not asked to provide references for your experience. Just apply to sit for the exam and pay the fees, and you shall receive an email authorization notice straight away. API's Source Inspector Fixed Equipment certification is open to applicants with any experience in the petroleum and petrochemical industry, as well as applicants wishing to gain industry experience. The exam is 3 hours, 14 minutes long, and there are 110 questions, of which only 100 are scored. Remaining 10 are pre-test, they are not scored. Scored and unscored questions are shuffled and unmarked, so you need to answer all questions because you don't know which one is scored and which one is non-scored question. All questions are multiple choice and closed book. Paper and reference materials are not allowed into the examination. Although exam scores are scaled in order to standardize the level of difficulty across all exam windows, you are required to answer roughly 70 scored questions correctly. It is equivalent to a minimum of 400 out of a scale of maximum 500. The focus of the exam is on the source inspection issues and activities rather than design in engineering knowledge contained in the reference standards. The bulk of questions address mechanical inspection, surveillance, which are typically known by persons who have experience working as source inspector. You are scored for your performance in the following areas during the examination. On basic source inspection, meanings, abbreviation, scope, 31 questions. Inspection reference documentation, 19. Manufacturing process, 20. Inspection tool and equipment, 5. Methods of examination and testing, 25, with a total score of 100. API SIFE reference study materials. Following standards and recommended practices need to be studied for API SIFE examination. 588, recommended practice for source inspection, first edition, 2019. This is directly available from API ICP website, and it's a free download. There is no copyright at the moment. and we have also highlighted it and brought it in our module 3. Inspection of pressure vessels 572, welding inspection and metallurgy 577, positive material identification 578, valve inspection 598, structural building code AWS D11, welding inspector handbook, ASNT TC1A, certification of NDT personnel, ASME section 2, materials, ASME section 5, non-destructive examination, ASME section 8, pressure vessel construction code, ASME section 9, welding qualifications, B31.3, process piping, B16.5, pipe flanges and fittings, SSPC, surface preparation guide, and you just need to know the headings. What is a commercial blast cleaning or brush off blast cleaning, and etc. As you can see, API SIFE touches a wide range of subjects that the static equipment inspector should be familiar with, although not as an expert with an in-depth knowledge. API provides a very useful guide for source inspector fixed equipment that covers all the possible activities for inspection management of static or fixed equipment packages. Please click on the link below to download guide for source inspection and quality surveillance of fixed equipment for free. We have also highlighted this and brought it in our publication highlights of publication effectivity sheet. Our e-learning modules. The following modules are presented during our e-learning course to cover the body of knowledge reference study material. Module 1, we have talked about exam and study tips. The current module, we talk about scoring reference documents and exam tips. Module 3, guide for source inspection and quality surveillance of fixed equipment. Module 4, SSPC and MSS, coating and casting. Module 5, ASME section 2, materials. Module 6, ASME section 5, non-destructive examination. Module 7, ASNT SNTTC1A, NDT personnel qualification and certification. Module 8, ASME section 9. Module 9, API 577, AWS D11, structural building coding. Module 10, and pressure vessel construction code, ASME section 8. And then inspection of pressure vessel 572, process piping B31.3, pipe flanges and flange fitting is in module 14, B16.5. Material verification program 578 is in module 15. Valve inspection 598 is in module 16. And we have brought publication effectivity sheet highlights in module 17. 24 sets of flashcards, and that should be treated as potential exam questionnaire in module 18. And 7 sets of mock exam with 1000 questions is in module 19. Our API SIFE source inspector e-learning as well as the blended e-learning classroom training was specifically designed to cover the reference materials of the body of knowledge. Our classroom training, we have a 4 days classroom training for blended course that you shall have access to our e-learning course, and then followed by a 4 days classroom training. And on day 1, we shall be talking about API 588, PIM, pre-inspection meeting, ITP inspection test plan, project quality plan, equipment criticality, QC procedures and reports, purchase order, non-conformity report, punch list, inspection release, manufacturer record book, and safety. On day 2, we shall discuss ASME section 2 materials, section 8 construction code for pressure vessel, 572 inspection practice for pressure vessel, section ASME section 9 welding, AWS D11 structural welding code, B31.3 process piping, and B16.5 flange and fitting code. And on day 3, we shall be talking about welding inspection 577, PMI 578, valve inspection 598, ASME section 5, NDT, and ASNT, TC1A, NDE examiner certification, and SSBC coaching. And the day 4, we shall be talking about mock exam. We shall review the questions, and we shall have extensive Q&A session. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next module.